So I've been wanting to do this film since forever, since like a year ago. And
we have tried it. We have not tried. We have talked about it for a long time.
We also tried. We've been like making, I think, 4 introduction videos for this. Like,
do it?
Yes.
Ah.
You have it on your phone. I think I will see if we can find it. Like, hello, welcome to this YouTube movie. This time we're going to talk about our daughter being born too early. And that's what this, this is about. This video is about today.
Yes.
So, because, and we've been trying for ages, and I almost didn't want to do this film clip today because I've been looking on so much video clips about the Iranian.
Yes.
How do you say that in English?
Iranian.
Oh yeah. Iranian revolution and everything that's happening over there, and I just got so upset. I was upset before, but it's just pretty messed up, and
it's not good.
No, it's not good. And this one statue is for them. That's why it's in the video.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so our daughter being born too early.
Yeah.
So
4 months.
4 months early.
Too early.
Yes. So where should we start? We should start with her being in my belly.
Yeah.
And I had some stomach pains, and it was pretty severe, and it got worse through the night. But like, I didn't want to wake Jonna up because it was like it was like Sunday, and it was middle of the night, and I was like, we better just take it in the morning, because I didn't think it was that bad. It was like.
But you called the
hospital.
You called the hospital, and they tell you to. No, you call your friend first.
I called my friend.
She's a nurse.
She's actually
nurse.
midwife.
Yeah, midwife.
And I called her the night before, and I was like, something feels wrong. I don't know. It like hurts in my stomach. I don't know. And she was like, it's probably okay, like, because it's normal to have pains in your stomach, and it should feel like similar, and it should feel similar to like menstrual pain.
Yeah.
So I thought it was okay, and then it got worse and worse and worse through the night, and then I called in the morning, and they were like, oh, you better get into the hospital right away. And I was like, okay.
And I drove you.
And you drove me, and I thought that I'm probably just gonna do a checkup, and then I'm going home.
I just left you at the hospital and said, okay, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
I'm going to work.
And they like immediately when I came in, and it's like, oh, so you're like open, how much was it? Like 3-4 centimeters.
So much?
Yes. And I got like 3 injections and a lot of pills. I don't even remember what happened. And that day, my friend, who is a midwife, worked. She was just about to go off her shift, and then she came into my room because it was like an emergency thing, and she was like, "Oh my God, Emma!" And then.
So really, you talked to her on the phone, and then you see her at the hospital.
Yeah. And then I had to go on an ambulance to Lund, which is like a nearby city.
It was when you called me. You said, I'm going to Lund now, you better come. The baby's coming. I'm like, shit, what the fuck?
Yeah, so, when this happened, maybe we forgot to tell you, but I was in week 20.
21.
21. And I just... one of the children is having a shower.
Keeps falling all the time.
She makes a lot of sounds. But yeah, I was in week 20, I think, something like
21.
that. 21, yes.
I think it was, because she is born 22 and 4 days. 3 days.
So I just like told my closest friends and our family pretty much that we were having a child, and like nobody really knew, like not at my work or anything.
You didn't have so much of a stomach.
No,
Just,
because it was so early on.
Yeah, it had just started to get a little big, but not much.
No. So then when I was in the ambulance, like my friend, she was like, yeah, so you're probably gonna be stuck on the hospital for a couple of months. And I was like, no, I'm going to a work interview tomorrow. I'm having this plan and I'm doing this, da 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 da. And she was like, yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. And I didn't understand. But still, I called Jonna, and I think Ella, who is my friend, who is the midwife, who also got with me.
She went with you in the ambulance to Lund.
Yeah, because she's my childhood friend. We've been knowing each other since we were 6 years old, I think. But still. And then I think she talked to you on the phone, and she was like, yeah, she's not coming home for a while.
I think it's better if you come.
Yeah.
Okay, so I sat in the car and drove.
Yeah. And then, like, to spice it up a little bit extra, it was COVID.
Yeah.
It was 2000
But I was allowed to come in. That was nice, I think.
Yeah, so it was pretty restricted, and then I was on a hospital. I was like when I got to the hospital, I was on the like where they're giving birth, because they thought like maybe
it was time.
Yeah, but they managed to stop it, and then I was hospitalized for
1 week. I think.
1 week, and they were like, yeah, so we can't tell. Like they were checking me up every day, and I couldn't move. I was stuck in my bed, and they were like.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to walk.
I weren't allowed to walk or do anything, and Jonna was hardly allowed to visit me.
No, I came once.
Yeah, but you weren't allowed.
No.
We had to convince them because it was COVID. Nobody could come and visit me. Nobody. We could only talk to the phone. So after like a very nice nurse. She like sent something to the doctor and got like an approval for you to come and visit me.
Yeah,
so you got to visit me like for 1 hour, one evening, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was so worth it because it was so horrible, like sitting there and like.
You didn't know how it was going to go.
No, because if the baby would have come like.
Then she wouldn't live.
Then she wouldn't have survived. Like this is like they told me like the earliest they've been saving a kid. I think it's week 21.
Week 22.
Week 22.
They only took week 22 in Lund.
Yeah.
Because you go there.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. They only like even try to make them survive if they born after week 22. Yeah.
She was born 22 in 3 days.
Yeah, so it was like right on the on the edge.
Yeah,
yes.
But even when she was born, they tell us that it's 50% chance to die.
Yeah, so I was there for ages, and then like or a week, but it felt like ages because I didn't know how long I was supposed to stay there. And then one evening, like I got those pains in my stomach again, and
we have just spoken on the phone.
Yeah.
And you tell me, everything is good.
I didn't want to worry him, but it was pretty bad. And then I tried to listen to like meditation videos and like I don't know, ocean sounds and stuff, but
it didn't work.
It didn't work. So yeah.
You called me about 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
In the evening.
Yeah, midnight.
Yeah.
And then they gave me this. What do you call it?
But first they didn't give you nothing.
No, first they didn't give me nothing, but then it took too long time. So after a couple of hours, like I think we fell asleep even, like at 2-3 in the. You
didn't sleep. I didn't sleep.
Okay.
I don't think nobody slept.
I don't know.
I did definitely not sleep.
No, but then, they gave me this injection, which makes like the cramps come more closely to each other, so the baby comes out faster. Basically, I don't know what you call it in English, but that was horrible. That was pretty fucking painful.
Gas, or how do you say?
Yeah, but only the 20 last minutes.
Yeah.
So I had that for
very much
a long while before.
It started about midnight, and she was born
6 o'clock.
In 8 minutes past 6 in the morning.
Yeah, it started 12 o'clock, but it really started like way later. I don't know when.
Maybe 4 o'clock in the morning or something.
Yeah. I have those papers.
It felt like ages.
Yeah.
Very long time.
It was very long time, and at the same time, like the doctor for the premature. The hospital department came, and she was a specialist.
It was her that's gonna deliver the baby.
Exactly, and she came in and she was like talking and showing a folder and like, it's like 50% that this child will survive. If it survives, it's like 50%, and it's gonna have brain disorder, or it's gonna have like a brain tumor, or it's gonna have
brain tumor.
Hjärntumör. Or
hjärnblödning. Brain bleeding.
We'll put it here somewhere. But and so the odds were pretty low. So I was just thinking to survive this whole thing, and I didn't have any hopes whatsoever because it was so surreal, everything.
It was very surreal.
Very, very surreal.
I remember when she was born, when she came out, and doctor came to me to put her on the table, and she called on me and said, come, cut some navelstring. Navel string. Någonting. Cut it. And
belly button.
Nej, det är naveln. She cut the belly button. And I went over there, and it was very shocking to see.
Because she wasn't fully developed
yet. Baby like this, 26 centimeters, I think she was.
She was, and she was weighing
600 grams.
610
Yeah, very little, and I just came and I felt dizzy, but I did it, and it went good. So but and it was surreal as hell.
Because she was so tiny and her eyes wasn't open yet, and she didn't even hardly look like a baby. She looked more like an alien. Because she wasn't developed at all.
But she was born in den hinnan. Det kan man ska säga.
I wish I looked up that English word, but I'm gonna put it here somewhere too. She was born in like
in a bag.
In a bag. Pretty much, And that's good luck.
Not so often it happens.
And it's like a lot of mystical and nice things, like sayings about
different
that.
Meanings.
So that was like hopeful, because I remember like the day after, nurse came in and she was like, but she was born with segelhuva in Swedish, and she was like, that's a good sign. And I was like, oh, okay, didn't even know what that was or saw that happening, but
you didn't see her even.
I did.
Did you see her when she was born?
I got to hold her like her little tiny.
I remember we got a photo of that.
Because I put it in her
couveuse,
whatever that is called. I wish we looked up all these
submarine
words
for
before.
babies.
The submarine that she was living in for a couple of months.
2 months.
At least. So that was only like the start of our journey. And then they were like, on the hospital list, they were like, so this is just the beginning of your journey, and you're gonna have a lot of ups and downs.
And you're gonna be here for a long time.
You're gonna be here for a long time, and none of us, I think, really realized.
No, we didn't.
Because our life just switched like that, and we never heard about.
I never heard about this before this happened.
No.
Early, and that's maybe one problem, because you're not prepared at all.
No.
And you don't know what it is.
No, I had no idea that children could come this early.
It's good maybe if they talk to you about it, or so you have a little knowledge, not to scare you, but just so you know that it could happen.
Because we had no idea.
It's a shock that she came, and then it's a shock that you have to be in the hospital for so long, and then it's a shock that the many things that can happen to the baby when she's born like this.
It was a trauma.
She literally died in our arms
twice. Once in mine and once in his, like the heartbeat and everything, like she went
flat
away. But that's later on. But I was about to say something else. I don't remember. But yeah, so
we got a room.
Oh yeah, this is what I was about to say. So they didn't know why this happened. They thought I had an infection, and I thought maybe it's COVID or something, but I had no symptoms and I had no infection in my body. So this was just a case of sometimes it happens. So it was really weird. Then
we got a room in the hospital.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did we?
Because when she was born, they put her in the submarine. And they drove her to the unit where she's gonna stay.
Right.
Yeah, and you and me and they came.
The first day I was in the hospital, I was sleeping in the hospital, and the first night I was sleeping in the hospital, in the same bed that I was sleeping the whole week.
Yeah.
And then the second day you went home.
I went home after the birth, but not directly, because I remember I went with her to the unit where she was gonna go into the room, and then they gave me a little a little jar or beholder or what you can say.
Yeah.
That Emma is going to put milk in.
Yeah, breast milk.
Yeah, and they said that the faster she get it, the better it is.
Yeah, because that was really lethal for her survival too. Hur många procent?
20.
Ja, men det är lugnt. Yeah, because we got in this room, because usually when you give birth in Sweden you get like this, like the sandwiches and some coffee and like a Swedish flag on the tray, and we got it, but we didn't have a baby there, and we was just all shocked.
Yeah,
and it was just really weird,
strange.
And it was like, oh yeah, congratulations, and we're like,
but you don't know if she's gonna live the next day.
Yeah, what do you mean congratulations? She might die.
It was congratulations because both of you were healthy.
Yeah, but it was just
you
weird.
made it, but it was weird.
Yeah. And then we got out of a drop, literally a drop of breast milk, and gave it to her.
Yeah.
Or like to the nurse, and we're in.
And here she is.
So
here she is.
She woke up. The plan was that we're gonna do this after she fell asleep, and we've been trying for ages. But she woke up. Maybe she felt the tension, like we're talking about her birth and stuff. Maybe, I think it was a pretty traumatic experience. Or I know it was. For sure.
Yeah.
It must be very scary for her. So where were we? Where were we?
We take the milk.
Yeah, so we did that.
And we left it to Cleo at her unit.
Yeah. And then the second night, like we got like this hotel room. Like usually if you stay in the hospital after birth, you get to stay in the hotel if like the mother needs some care or something. So we were there. And it was, I think we were there for I think we were there for like 2 or 3 days, or a week.
On that one, it's like a hotel. When you're gonna get an operation or something, you have to be there 2 days.
Also, and it was so surreal because on that hotel it was so many like happy mothers and like parents coming there with their like healthy newborn child, and like having breakfast in the morning, and we sat there and we're like.
Yeah.
It was really painful. It was so weird feeling.
And then for the next month, 1.5 months.
I think 2 months. Or 1.5.
Maybe 2. Yeah, maybe 2
Something
months.
like that.
We were in the hospital on that unit.
Yeah. On the like. How do you say? It was like the intensive care.
Yeah.
That's what they have.
Premature intensive.
Yeah, that's what they have in Lund, which is like a nearby city that's specialized in premature born babies.
Yeah.
And so she was there, and that was pretty horrible. Like the first day, I don't remember what happened.
She
it was good.
Low pulse. and low heart rate all the time.
Yeah.
She went down and then she went up again because nothing is
certain.
Nothing is developed in her body. Not the heart, not the lungs. She was in a respirator because
like
she
pretty,
couldn't
like
breathe.
all her face.
No, it was just one tube.
Oh yeah, it was like that in the
down
beginning.
to the lungs. Yeah.
Yeah, so she needed help to breathe, and she got food through like this string in the other nostril to get food, and yeah, it was pretty fucked up. And then yeah, I never been so scared in my whole life. It was really weird. And they told us, because I don't know if Sweden is like a special thing on this.
One of the best.
Yeah, but they told me, I don't know if it's only Sweden that does this kangaroo method.
I think it's worldwide.
But they told us like the more you have her up, the more she, like again playing against
skin to skin
method, the better she's gonna feel. But she was like a robot, like a Terminator. She like had these two things through her nose
everywhere, and
like tubes and machines, and it was beep beep, and her heart rate and her pulse and everything, and it went up and down, and it was like
but she felt good when she was with us for the most of the time.
Yes,
but you could see it very clearly that she was feeling better when we had her on our skin.
Exactly. But like even to get her out of this UFO that she was staying in,
it
like
was a project.
It
we
was
had to have help of the nurse,
like 2 nurses to take her out. It was pretty intense, and just that like moment of taking her out was just
stressful for her, and stressful for us.
Yeah,
because the whole tube can come out and everything.
Yeah. So like for the first time that we got to take her out, or like have her on our chest, or I did first.
Yeah.
It was like 2 days, 3 days, 5 days.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And it was such a weird feeling. And so why I wanted to make this video is because like I was so desperate on the hospital to find like information about babies being born this early. Like I could only find death and negative outcomes, and positive. It was just like okay, like all the way till like 3-4 months in, or 3 months in, we still wasn't sure that she's gonna survive.
Oh.
It was like constant, like.
Yeah, it was always in the back of your head.
Yeah.
How it's gonna go.
Exactly. So. But yeah, so we were there, and I wrote it down somewhere. Maybe I should look at that before, like what happened. Actually, I have it in my document.
It was same all the time.
Yeah,
but it was like up and down and skin to skin. Maybe we was 10 hours of the day.
Yeah, so we took turns. Like I did 5 or 4 hours, and he did 5 or 4 hours.
Du ska ha klementin också. Ja. Isa kan ge dig.
Okay, so we try again.
we try again.
Try again and see how long it takes until the baby wakes up.
Yes.
So where were we?
We were talking about we have kangaroo care with the baby for 4 or 5 hours a day each.
Yeah. Yeah. So you only had to like quit job. No, you had to.
I had to quit my job.
Well, you had to take. How do you say that in English?
6-skrivning.
6-skrivning.
I got 6-skrivning.
You only had to.
I got permitted from work.
He got permitted from work. Yes. So none of us was working. This was like a full-time job taking care of her on the intensive
more
care.
Than a full time.
It wasn't more than because even night time
everything
was
could happen.
people there and anything could
Anytime.
happen, but we weren't there. We were close by, like the hotel that we were living for the first week, I think, was just 100 meters away, and then then we went to another place that was even closer. You could literally see the window that in the hospital.
Yeah, we saw her window. We're in the room.
In the intensive care.
Yeah.
From where we stayed. And that was our life for like 1.5 months. I think we were in Lund.
1.5, 2 months. Maybe.
Yeah, and it was a roller coaster from the beginning to the end. It was like
one day good, one day bad.
Yeah, they said the first week is gonna be like the honeymoon phase where everything seems so good, and then it's gonna start to like go down. And we're like, yeah, whatever. But that happened.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what happened, but she got an infection, or
she got infection in the blood.
In the blood, yeah. So they had to change all her blood, and she had so small veins. They were taking all these tests and stuff on her, but they couldn't like reach because she had such a tiny hands. And
the veins are even smaller.
Yeah, and they kept like poking her and stuff.
Ja. Vad vill du? Vi spelar en video. Vad ska du göra?
Ja, vad ska jag göra?
Snabbare idag.
Jag gör det.
30 år. Ta hela.
Ja.
Cleo behöver parkeringsböter.
Cleo har gjort booby traps.
Vad ändrar den? Var bra. Det finns 3000 skedar i den lådan, Milo. Hallå? I lådan?
Öppna lådan på en sked.
Fan, stor sked.
Vi har typ inga batterier på telefon. Bon appetit. Stäng dörren helt.
En chip.
Tack. Okay, so where were we?
Yeah, she got an infection in
She
the
got
blood.
an infection.
Tiny veins.
Yeah, So
and then
it was,
she got a blood transfusion because she has had less blood and she needed, I think, 3 times.
Yeah.
Or 2 times.
Yeah. And then she was sharing a room on the intensive care with another baby born the same week as her. And that baby got sick, and then she got sick because it's really, I don't remember how, but it's on.
No, I don't think like that.
I think first she got sick and then Cleo got sick, but I don't remember. It's all a little bit of a blur right now. I think I wrote it down somewhere, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, then she got like a... Vad var det med hjärnan? Det var...
Hon fick ju inte.
De trodde att hon fick. They thought she got brain bleeding.
Brain bleeding.
Is that a word?
I don't know. Maybe.
And her heart wasn't fully developed, so...
Nothing was fully developed.
Nothing was fully developed. So they... What was it? Like they checked her heart every time, and maybe they thought she needed like an operation. And it wasn't like 100% sure she would survive that operation because it's pretty severe, and she was so small and she couldn't breathe and la la la. So yeah, obviously it was quite severe or like serious business.
Yes.
But then it was such a surreal time.
Yeah.
And we were just.
I think the 2 first months was the hardest.
Yeah, it was the worst because we
didn't know anything.
No, and we
just
didn't
thrown into it.
And we didn't know if she would survive until like 2-3 months in. It was still really unsure. So it was just that, and she was all these machines and everything, and
the constant peep.
Yeah.
Peep.
And once when we were in Lund, she died in your arms.
Yeah.
I remember I don't know.
You were not there.
No, I wasn't there because you were there. Because he was doing the kangaroo method then. And then I remember you were like all white in the face when we met.
And that was a shock, complete shock.
Yeah, and then like when that happened, like all the staff from the hospital
big alarm.
It's a big alarm, and then I don't remember what happened. Was she like not breathing for a long time?
She stopped breathing. I don't know if it was I don't know. It was
it's
a shock.
It was and that happened to me once too when she
and
got
then I wasn't there.
And then you weren't there. It was horrible. Like one of the worst things that ever happened in my life. Like my heart was racing so fast.
Yeah.
So but then we got some good news. Like she
was getting better.
She was getting better,
and she was the age that we could move to Malmö.
Yeah, because they can only take care of kids from week 28. So I think maybe it was week 28 when we moved there.
Maybe more.
Maybe 29. I don't remember. Something like that.
But we got moved, and Cleo went for her first car ride.
Yeah.
In an ambulance.
Yeah.
In a spaceship.
Yeah. In the cuvées, whatever that is called in English. I'll write it here somewhere. And then and then they pre-warned us that she's gonna get pretty bad
after
that ride, and she did for like a week. Like
I think it was more than a week, maybe. 2 weeks maybe.
So she had a hard time to breathe and was like
she was tired.
She was really tired, and
I think that was
so she couldn't like, which made everything harder, like eating, like breathing, because everything was a challenge for her to do that.
Yes. But we should say also in Lund, when Cleo was maybe after 2-3 weeks she was born, we got a question if we want to have musical therapy.
Oh yeah. Because that was totally new on the hospital. Like she had never been there.
Not for so small kids.
Not for so small, like on that section, like the neonatal department. Premature. Yes. And we said yes, of course.
Yeah.
And that was like the best thing ever. I think that helped Cleo a lot through the recovery.
You can really see that she was feeling better when the music stopped playing.
Yeah, she was like once a week, right?
Yeah, once a week. You can see it in the heart rate and the pulse and everything.
Yeah, and she was
breathing and everything.
And I remember it was also therapy for us because it was such an intense time. Like I remember the first time she came and she had like this kind of harp sound.
Yeah. It was like a little instrument. Yeah, it's like a mini harp.
Yeah, like that she made herself, I think.
No, I don't think
so.
so.
Yeah, because she said it was like to match the frequencies of, like, to take out all the machine sounds and stuff. There was something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I remember the first time that she came and I was crying because she was singing like an angel. And like after all like the horrible, dark, traumatic experience that we experienced, and like to listen to something beautiful, it was so therapeutic.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was healing.
Yeah, for all of us.
For all of us. I remember just like my tears just pouring down the first time she came. It was incredible.
Yeah, and she followed us until we got sent home.
Yeah, all of those months.
I remember the last time when she came. It was so emotional.
Yeah,
Everybody crying.
Yeah,
because she was very nice.
Yeah,
very nice person.
She was a very nice person, and she sang those songs for her, and it was really healing for her.
That was good.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
One of the best things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then we were in Malmö, and then she changed her breathing thing to called like a grimma. It's called
CPAP.
Oh yeah, first she changed to CPAP, but she already done that in Malmö, I think.
In Lund?
In Lund,
no,
didn't she?
I don't think so.
Maybe.
But she tried it, but I don't think.
So first she had this thing, a respirator in her.
Yeah, in Lund she had it.
And then she had the thing, like a breathing thing for breathing, and then she had this like a mask over the nose to breathe, and that was like one step closer to breathe herself. But that was horrible. That was horrible because like it used to get water in it, like condense, and then she got like this kallsupa in Swedish.
She breathing
in the water, and then she couldn't breathe because of that. Because I don't know.
She was choking on the water.
She was choking on the water, and it was so many times, and it went pretty fast because it gets warm and she breathes all the time, and so it's constantly asked the staff to like suck out the water from it because like it went so fast, and it was painful. It was so painful because it was painful for her, really.
Yeah.
And it's so old school that they haven't like managed to get like
what should
something more.
What should you have instead?
Something that takes away the condense. I mean, the technique nowadays is pretty advanced, but in this field it's not. And Sweden is like leading in that field, I think. But still, like maybe there's not so much money invested.
I think you use that to grown-ups too. CPAP machines.
Maybe, but still. Anyway, I guess I have
if
to
you
invent
if you
it.
know if you know how to do it, do it.
But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get the Nobel Prize next year. I'm gonna. Anywho, and then so she changed from the CPAP, maybe somewhere in the shift between Lund and Malmö. She changed to CPAP, and then the next step to breathing herself was to take like this grim, I don't know.
It's a low pressure CPAP, you can say.
Which I don't remember how did it look. Yeah, it was like this things you put on in the both of the nostrils.
Yeah, with tape here.
With some
cardboard band.
Yeah, some. Yeah.
Heter det så cardboard band?
Jag vet inte. Vad heter slangar på engelska?
Tubes.
With some tubes, running up. So yeah, so she changed to that like the first week when she was in Malmö. No, after like 2 weeks when she got better from the ambulance ride. When we were in Malmö.
No, that took a long time. She had it in when we went to the family room too.
I mean, the first time she tried the CPAP was when she got better after the ambulance ride.
Okay.
And then they told us and warned us that it's gonna seem like it goes very well, and then it's gonna get even worse after that. And she did. Yeah. So she had it for like 24 hours, and then she got really bad again. And
because she got tired.
She got tired, yeah.
So you have to do it. Maybe 3 hours, then rest, and 3 hours, then rest.
Yeah.
So we had to alternate between the two.
And that's what we did after, but it took like a week or something in between when she was really bad again, and like all these machines were beeping, and her oxygen level was really low, and
Yes.
And I remember like her. Like the puking thing, like because she got milk through that like stopped her from breathing too, right?
No.
Yeah, if we gave her food too fast, because we were giving her the food through like this
syringe.
No. Like it kind of looked like a plastic one.
She got food from the nose.
From the nose
to the stomach.
And if you gave her the food too fast, and she will stop breathing too and stuff.
Yeah, it's very touchy feeling.
Very.
But we did it good.
We did it good, yeah. And then, And then what happened after that? Like, I think just a couple of weeks after, I don't remember when it was, but it was a big thing when they changed from the plastic thing that she was living in to bed.
Ordinary baby bed.
Yes, that was like a huge step, but she still had like all these beeping things. She had like this thing on her chest, and she had this thing on her foot, and she had this thing in her nose, and the breathing things, and all the tubes, and so it was still like
much things on a little baby.
Very. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember like her whole head was like all deformed because she had like these things attached to her head to have those tubes so she could breathe and stuff. But yeah,
they have so soft head when they're small.
Yeah. And then she got better, and we got moved to this family room, it was called, and that was like the next step to like go home.
Yeah.
Like, and but we were there for like quite a while.
Yeah, it's felt like ages.
It felt like ages
because you were so close to. You know you're gonna get home soon, but
I think we were there like a month or a half.
Not until they tell you that you can go home.
Yeah. So we're pretty much like in a kind of a hospital prison, and it felt like it. It really felt like it because we were bound to be there. Obviously, we wanted to be there, and it felt like the hospital owned our child because they had like the last saying about everything. Because obviously they have better expertise and everything, but it was
not every time.
And they
didn't have it every time.
And like in the evenings, they were like, it was a weird experience. But then we were there, and I think she, at the final stage when we were in the family room, they took out the.
If she breathed herself.
She was breathing by herself, or at least the last couple of weeks before.
Yeah.
I remember how
long.
Wouldn't
be home.
But I think she had it for a while when we were in the family room too.
Yeah, she needed it sometimes.
Yeah.
I think she had it nothing on the days, and on the nights she had the machine to help her.
I remember they were changing something, and I remember one night when this nurse came and changed something, and she got really, really bad, Cleo. But I remember something with a breathing thing. I don't remember what it was.
That was just tubes in the nose, a little bit in the nose.
Something else.
Maybe it was water.
No, it was something else.
Maybe it was the tube for the food.
Yeah,
because if you put that in, you could touch a nerve that stopped.
That's what was happening. Yeah. That was. I remember one night or several nights that happened because the tube to the.
She pulled it out.
Yeah, so Cleo was it Cleo that pulled it out? Yeah, she pulled it out
because she got more mobile and started moving herself and stuff.
Yeah, and then to put it in, it touched a nerve and they stopped breathing and stuff. I think once. I don't remember if that was the reason.
But she also got reflux. She puked and she got the puke.
Choked on her own pukes. Yeah, that was intense.
That was very much.
Yeah.
Very often.
And then
I think that was the time she nearly died in your arms too. That happened.
It was because she got that calcium treatment. Yeah. That was when that happened.
Yeah.
Because of, I don't remember why exactly she got it, like that calcium. For the bones, exactly. Because their bones aren't fully developed, obviously, when they're born so early, so they get this calcium treatment.
But it was.
But that made her so much worse. I think if we hadn't got that treatment, we would have been home like a month earlier.
Yeah.
And she got really, really bad and stopped breathing, and it was puking all the time, and that reflux things came back, like she was puking.
And
constipated, and her stomach was like, it was even before that,
but even worse.
Yeah. And I remember I didn't like that treatment, and I was really mad at that doctor, and I don't think it's a good treatment actually.
Yeah.
But
it worked for others.
It didn't, because the other child that was the same
just
age.
One, but the others.
Two actually. That's our child and the other.
Yeah. Skitsamma, we're about to go in på det.
So that was pretty bad, but and that was the other time that she almost died, which did die for a couple of seconds in my hands. So she got all gray, and she got all. And all the machines start like dee, and then I pushed the like big alarm, and all the staff came, and it was that was horrible. I think
that's the worst.
That was the worst thing. One of the worst things.
It was worse. It was bad just being there, but when that happened, it was even worse.
Yeah. Undescribable thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we were there for ages, and then
we got permission.
They started to get us like
permission to go home with Cleo
for like a couple of hours.
So we went home
back
3 hours and then came back to the hospital.
Yeah, and also our first permission to go outside the hospital with Cleo.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that we went with a stroller to take her outside, and she still had all this breathing gear. She had the Grima thing.
Did she have that?
I think so.
I don't think she had anything. I think just the supervision.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so
Yeah,
she had
a
this
little
machine.
box with supervision on her heart rate,
Maybe.
oxygen levels and stuff.
Yeah, we had this beeping machines anyway. When we went out, then we were really nervous, and then we were working outside, and it was like
we met my mother and her sister.
Yeah.
My mother and my aunt.
Yes.
And we went for a walk in Pildammsparken. That was nice and very scary.
Yes. And then we did that for a couple of times in the end.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and I remember when she was breathing, where she doesn't need a machine to breathe. We could go out and drink coffee in the kitchen. You remember when we?
Yeah, in the end it was so like luxurious. We can go together at the same time to drink coffee
breakfast
with
together.
our baby. Like she was in this bed, like it had like wheels on it, and we had like slide her on, and with all the machines and everything, it was like this huge. It wasn't just like a little baby bed like you would think. It was like attached with all these machines.
I remember first time when we went without just you, me, and her. It feels like a victory.
Yeah,
you can go and get coffee together and eat a cookie.
Yeah, it was such a big thing.
That was nice.
Yeah,
freedom.
It was. It really was.
We were stuck in the room. Otherwise.
Yeah.
We
For
couldn't
such
go
a long
anywhere.
time.
Even we could only go by ourselves.
No. Yeah, I always had to be somewhere else there.
Yeah.
And so the last week she got worse again because this doctor put this medical treatment on her, so she got really, really bad. But then she got better again because I refused to give her that more, and we stopped with it. And then she got better anyway. And I remember we got this new doctor, and he was like, "I can see that you haven't got hospitalized. It's very weird when you've been here for such a long time," because at that time we had been there
4 months, maybe. Nearly 4 months.
September, October, November, December. Yeah, almost 4 months we had been there, like on a hospital, like living on a hospital.
Yeah.
And
we didn't go far from the hospital.
No.
When we got out.
No. No.
No.
Yeah.
And then we got sent home.
With home care.
Yeah. So a nurse came every week.
Maybe.
Just to look how it was going, if she was eating.
Exactly. And then I was like pumping milk every 3 hours for all those 4 months, like 24 hours a day.
24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours a day.
But
dygnet runt på engelska, säger
Ja, men du håller inte det dygnet runt.
Jo, var tredje timme dygnet runt.
Ja, var tredje timme.
Ja, var tredje timme dygnet.
Okej.
Hur säger man dygnet runt då?
Jag vet inte, så pumping 24/7.
Every third hour I was pumping milk for 4 months, like day and night, all the time.
Yeah.
And they told me like it's not even possible that she will be able to breastfeed because it's not very usual that they do that.
How much you worked with that?
Every
day.
third hour for like 4 months constantly, and then like in between like feeding her every first hour it was switching. First it was every 1 hour, every 2 hour, every 3 hour, but it was like through the nose and stuff, so it was a different thing. And then we had to like
But you she had to learn how to breastfeed too.
Yeah, so we went to this breastfeeding school because it was like when it's premature children,
it's not certain that they can breastfeed.
No.
Maybe you could use a bottle instead.
Yeah, and it was, we were doing so much with that. I remember.
Very much work. But
work.
you did it, and the doctors and everyone was very surprised that she only breastfed.
Yeah, so when she got home, I think after a week when she was home, she was only breastfeeding because we were like, I think it was somewhere when we got home that she started to breastfeed properly. I think probably because she was like,
it was much calmer.
Yeah, we were not in hospital, it was not all the sounds, and it was like a different thing, and then she could like focus on that.
Yeah.
And that was such a victory, and and I think that's a huge part of the success for her, like that she managed to do so well, because all the doctors are so impressed that she hasn't got pretty much anything. Like you can't, like some premature children you can see like on their face, like because when you get the respirator
Terminator.
breathing help that could like change your face. So I remember if it's that. Anywho, and you can get all these things, and as
you can get a lot of problems.
You can die.
With everything.
A lot of mental
issues.
Yeah, a lot of things can happen, and they're very impressed of her, and we are too. She's amazing.
She's a hero.
She's a fucking hero. So there was something else I was supposed to say. Yeah, like the doctor said, like I never experienced a child born this early that like can breathe so early, and that all these good things happen.
She was
so
a real fighter.
All the doctors have been like very, very impressed with her. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I remember when I was on the hospital and I was like desperately looking for good information about babies born this early, and I couldn't find anything. It was just death and horrid things, which I said in the beginning, and I really needed this video. And so this is for all you guys sitting in this position right now. Like, this is a success story, and it's probably all the stories are different and all the children are different, but
it can go good.
It can, like really, like it's.
It doesn't have to be bad.
No, it's not impossible, and as long as you believe, it's really important. I remember all the time I was like, she will survive, and nothing.
Manifest.
Nothing bad will happen. Oh, it did, but like everything will be good in the end. I was really like convinced that would happen, even though all the doctors said it probably won't happen, and she's probably not going to survive, and we can't be sure anything. I was like so determined. And I think if you are that, and you know that there is success stories even though you're born that early, like keep the faith, man.
It's hard, but keep the faith.
Because it's like after a couple months, and when it's all done, you're gonna be home with your child, hopefully. But it's like it's intense, but
it's very intense.
You will survive.
Much work, and you will survive.
That's it.
I think we got the whole story.
I think we did. We probably missed a billion things, but
it's hard to get 4
months
of stress into a video.
True. So
but
now I finally managed to make this video.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Finally. I can't even say to you guys how many times how we tried. So many videos we like started to begin with. Like,
then life happened.
It's like a year. I think I wanted to make this video, and I think we haven't put up like a YouTube video in like
it was
6
very long.
months, maybe a year. No, wait, I think it's a year now.
It's 1 year anniversary.
Yes. So hopefully it will be a bit more consistently. Probably, we never know.
Maybe not. We'll see. Yes.
Over and out.
Stay strong. Fight the power.
Fight the power.
Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Love you.
Love you.